What's up, everybody, and welcome to Steel Sanctuary Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Ribeiro from SteelSanctuary.com. I got Dave and Trent with me, and we're going to be joined by Mike Nicasio in a little while. Guys, how's it going?
Good.
Fantastic.
Kind of a slow news week in Steelers land this week. They didn't go to any pro days. They didn't have many people in for visits. Only one, right? Let me look this real quick. Harold Perkins from LSU, I think, is the only linebacker, the only guy that they had in this week so far. Since the last time we talked, anyway.
Yeah.
So not really a whole hell of a lot going on.
What do you guys think about him?
I think he's going to be a safety.
Yeah.
He's small, fast.
4.3 speed. Makes sense.
I think he's going to end up a safety.
Destroyed by blocks.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
He's a good athlete, but.
Great athlete. I mean, yeah, great athlete. I mean, I would,
yeah, I'm selling him a little short there. He is a great athlete.
Yeah,
but
curious to see how he could transition to that. But he's what was the kid out of Clemson that struggled? Isaiah came out of Clemson.
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Isaiah Simmons.
Yes.
Struggled with that tweener role.
Yeah.
Between being a linebacker or more of a box safety type guy. That's kind of where I see this kid.
A lot of those tweener guys traditionally struggle, in my opinion, when they're stuck in that.
Yeah, but it's a tough transition from linebacker to safety if you're going to try to do that. That's a tough transition, and especially when you're doing the NFL. Slow news. It is.
We do need our fix.
Indeed.
The Browns made news as usual. They restructured Myles Garrett's contract, and the word is it's more trade friendly now. And they've been kind of defending themselves, vehemently denying they're going to trade him. But when you restructure like that, and the player's kind of hinted he wants out, could be a little smoke there.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do with? They're not going to contend for the next couple of years. Why are they hanging on to him?
Exactly.
His value's not going to get any higher than it is right now.
You got the 27 draft coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of spite, he forced this contract from them, and now he wants out the second he got it. He played one season under the brand new contract that reset the market at the edge position, and then he's like, hey, I appreciate that. Now give me the fuck out of here.
It's not too dissimilar to Deshaun Watson, where they just made an offer he couldn't refuse, so he took it. Deshaun Watson didn't want to go to Cleveland, but they gave him so much goddamn money he couldn't say
guaranteed. No. As soon as they said, "We'll guarantee the whole 230," he was like, "I love Cleveland. Let's do it." Yeah,
I mean,
heard a lot of good things.
Say no.
He literally said no like 2 or 3 times, and they went, "Okay, fine, we'll guarantee the whole 230 mil." So
it's the same thing with Garrett. He wanted out, want trade demands, blah blah blah. Then they're like, "Well, how about this contract?" Well, okay, I'll stay. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's
Browns being Browns.
And then you wonder what would this do from the Steelers perspective? What does this do to the TJ stuff? If he does this and restructures and then wants to get out, what could this possibly do with TJ if we want to trade? Do we then have to restructure and eat dead cap down the road to get him out of town?
Yes. The answer is if you want a good pick, yes.
Let's take it easy with the TJ stuff. Christine could be watching. We don't want her to freak out.
I don't think she's here yet, but she'll. If she is, you're gonna upset her.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I do want to trade TJ.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you talking about there? Yeah, you do.
I'm just I just wonder what this could do if this happens before. Again, are we going to be fucking behind the 8 ball where we don't get things done before somebody else gets something done?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no guarantee Myles Garrett gets traded. He probably won't, but
if you look at that Max Crosby trade, and then you look at what Myles Garrett had done last year, if you're Cleveland, would you not ask for 3 firsts?
3 or 4.
See where it goes?
He's probably worth double what Max Crosby is, or at least one more.
Wait, how many firsts do you think they get from?
I said 3.
3? Well, 3 first?
Max Crosby got 2.
Yeah, he just set the sack record last season.
3 first guys for, I don't know.
I say
he's that much better than Max Crosby.
That's where I'd start.
He's younger. He's not as injured at all.
Is he younger than Crosby?
Yeah, I think he is, right?
They're pretty close, I think.
He's
20. Was he? Miles is 30 right now, I think.
I don't think Crosby. I think
I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong.
I think Crosby's younger.
Same age or I don't know Crosby.
I don't think it was the same draft. I could have.
No, yeah, Crosby's younger. He's only 28.
Yeah,
he's younger,
yeah.
but he's a lot more beat up.
More injuries.
Myles Garrett, for sure. Another little topic that I think is interesting is this whole Ty Simpson nonsense that's going around TV and Twitter and
it's ridiculous.
The internet. You know, Arlovsky started it by saying he thinks he's better than Mendoza, right? And now we saw Charles Davis, if you guys haven't seen it, his latest mock draft on NFL Network has Ty Simpson going 3rd overall to the Cardinals. And other people are picking up on this Ty Simpson thing. Guys, I don't see it. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know what Orlovsky's doing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Do they all
click?
Yeah, that's what it is. He's trying to get clicks.
Yeah, but do they all belong to the same agent or something? It's just strange to me that out of nowhere this is happening. It kind of reminds me of politics where Republicans, Democrats, they had a meeting and they decided to start referencing the same talking points and they say the same exact sentences. And now you're seeing it about Simpson. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, we were talking just before we get on, and when you left, ESPN's kind of famous for this, and I wish I remember the Twitter handle that brought this up because I read it today. They bring up a bullshit narrative, and then they have talking points for 3 weeks, and it's during the slow time. Because if you look at ESPN now, they're all talking about Ty Simpson or the Ty Simpson versus Mendoza, when nobody was talking about that before. So it wouldn't be surprised at all if ESPN said, "Hey, Orlovsky, give us something, make something up." Yeah, I agree. Yeah, let Ty go before we draft.
Yes, I'm begging for that because I'm afraid that this talk's going to make us go, oh my God, look what they're looking at. Maybe we should just go ahead and take him at 21. Please don't.
That's my worst fear. The Steelers taking Ty Simpson at 21 would ruin my draft weekend. You have no idea. Well, the only thing that could be worse is if they traded up for Ty Simpson.
Oh, good God.
That would damn near send me.
You think you're going to be upset? I'm going to be on a bus traveling in with 700,000.
I would lose my fucking mind.
And if they do this,
I can't. Cody.
I was ready to click on him, and I'm like, I better not.
I can't put that one up.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. The Steelers draft Ty Simpson.
It's a fun talking point. It's the dead period. There's pro days going on, but how much does the pro day really do to increase somebody's stock? It's more just, again, it's a chance to talk to the kids for these guys and chance to get more as far as the physicals and things like that done. So they start to get a little bit more medicals in, even though your own doctor is not the one really conducting it. They got to have a talking point. I thought you were right from the beginning, Dave. It's just something to drop a little bit of conversation while we're in the dead zone.
And it is. There's not much going on. I mean, especially for the Steelers, because they're not even going to these pro days. We might as well go to our first topic. Dave, you want to cue it up? There was 2 pro days. There was a lot of pro days this week, but the big one was Ohio State. And then the big one for around here is Pitt. Only Andy Weidel went to Ohio State, and I think one other scout. And I don't even, was Kevin Colbert confirmed going there, or was that just some weird?
That's what they said. They said he was there.
I think that one was confirmed. Colbert was there.
Yeah, because there was a lot of speculation that Omar was there. Yeah. Some people even reported it, but he ended up not being there. So they only sent Weidel to Ohio State with 10 draftable prospects?
Yeah.
At least?
Literally.
And then we get to Pitt's pro day, who's right next door, who they see every day, all season long, and they send the entire crew to Pitt.
So you send the fucking house.
What? And they have what? Kyle Lewis, the linebacker. And
only real prospect in this class.
And you got Reed, the running back, that's a 7th rounder.
And
it's the only day, day 2 prospect. They don't even have a day 1 prospect. They got a day 2 guy and maybe a couple 7th round. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Cody, you had me for a minute, and now you lost me. I'm out, buddy.
I mean, look, you can make the argument. A handful of those guys are not making it to Pittsburgh at 21. So, but they have other guys. McDonald, the defensive lineman, Igbanos for the corner. Other guys you can look at.
Right.
Not to mention
multiple positions. It doesn't make any sense.
And Mike Tomlin once said, I think it was when they asked him about the value of going to pro days, like, well, not only for this year's prospects, but you get to get a little peek at next year's prospects because
Julian Saying
threw in that at that, so you get to take a look at him. If you went, which you didn't go. I mean, Weidl's there, and we all know Weidl runs the draft, but
the draft board, yep,
runs the draft period. But
draft board, but go ahead.
So make it make sense. Why wouldn't you go? You didn't go to Alabama. You didn't go to Clemson. You didn't go to Texas. You didn't go to Florida. But Pitt. Everybody goes to Pitt.
We've had scouts at these.
Yeah.
But some of them we've had major scouts there. I mean, obviously Weidl's a big deal. He does come up with the draft board. Dave, okay, that draft board. But I can't remember who said it, but I saw some people. I think you might have mentioned it, Dave, but you weren't the only person I saw saying well, maybe they think some of these guys are just out of their range in the first round. Great, except Caden McDonald isn't. We have needs at interior. I mean, there's other guys like you mentioned. Even later in the draft, I mean, what if you want to continue? We lost Miles Killebrew. What if Lorenzo Styles is on your board?
There you go.
As a late round guy that you want as a special teams guy. You didn't want to look at any of them? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I want Igbenogson to stay anywhere but Pittsburgh. People thought Joey Porter Jr. has holding penalties. Good God.
I mean, didn't Penn State had theirs too, right? And they didn't hardly.
Yeah, Penn State's been and gone.
Yep. We had one scout. One scout. I feel like this is I don't know if I feel like I'm hoping that this is we're not like the Mike Tomlin era. We are not going to project to the entire fucking world who we're drafting in the first round. We're going to have a little bit of secrecy because the other thing I thought about too is with this being in Pittsburgh, and we've talked about this a number of times, they're going to want to put on a show. I think DMC was the first one to talk about. They're going to want to put a show on in Pittsburgh for this draft. Are they concealing some of the guys they might want to move up for by not going to pro days?
There has to be an explanation to this. It can't be. I mean, this is you just brought it up. There's so much on the line. I mean, Rooney's been looking forward to this day for years. This is a big deal. I guess. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, I literally Googled, is this a new thing with teams that they're just not going to pro days? And Google was like, no. I was like, okay. So, definitely weird that we're not doing this. So.
I was going to say Omar went to a bunch last year, but Mike Tomlin was still around. So now that Mike Tomlin's gone, was he dragging Omar to these pro days last year and he didn't really want to go? It's weird. It's definitely different than we're used to. We'll have to look back in this and figure out.
I really hope it's their day. We don't want people to know what they're thinking. I really hope it's that. Great.
Didn't we find out that McCarthy was not at the Georgia Pro Day? Wasn't that what Smitty said, that he found out that they thought McCarthy was there and he really wasn't?
That was LSU.
Oh, that was LSU. Okay.
Yeah, because they thought he was doing a workout with Nussmeier, but it wasn't him.
I didn't know he was at Ohio State. I thought it was just Colbert and Weidl.
I don't think McCarthy was at Ohio State either.
I didn't think he was. Maybe he was. I don't know.
No, I don't think he was.
No, he wouldn't.
It's just Georgia. Just Georgia they went to. That's the only pro day, that's a good one to go to. Georgia's got a lot of prospects too.
Right.
But
Look at Tyrone just trying to twist my arm. Come on, bring me a Buckeye wide receiver.
Well,
I mean,
bring for
it
Howard.
wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I don't know what's going on, guys. You would think you would want to do all your due diligence because this is an important draft for them. It's a super important draft for them.
Maybe they don't need. Maybe they don't need to do as much due diligence as Tomlin did. Maybe they feel like the film speaks all that they needed to see, and hopefully the top 30 visits will start telling us more as they keep bringing people in.
That's another thing. I was looking at the list of top 30 visits that they've had so far. There's maybe one or two borderline first rounders. If that. I mean, Denzel Boston, maybe. I mean, they're not even doing. Are they trading out of the first round? Is this what they're telling us?
Damn you! I've been planning to say this for like
sorry,
an hour, and you just kept talking. It finally clicked for you. God damn you, Dave! I've been waiting for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I'm gonna drop this. And maybe they're gonna trade out of the first round. And Dave finally talked long enough that he thought of it himself. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Is there a chance like they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We know the 27 drafts, the draft we got to be going after our franchise QB.
By the way, I would be all for it. If they could get a 2027 first, that would be phenomenal.
Gentlemen.
Mike, what's up, Mike? How are you?
Oh, I'm better now. How are you guys doing tonight? Happy Friday. It's an honor. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. Yep, Mike, we were just discussing the Steelers brass lack of attendance at all the pro days, and how strange that is compared to years gone by. Only Georgia.
Yeah, it feels like the Tomlin effect, right, guys? Like it's like that's what Mike Tomlin did for vacation, is he went to pro days and and he went to have chicken wings with these kids, right? Like we heard so many stories over the years of Tomlin. This is like where he got his joy and where like his favorite part of this entire process might have been the draft. And maybe now we're learning that it just isn't Omar Khan's, right? I think it might just be that simple at the end of the day. And, it's not to say that he isn't paying attention, right? Like I don't want it to be misconstrued like he's not doing his job, but it really just kind of feels like a Tomlin thing at the end of the day, doesn't it?
I made the comment that I think Tomlin dragged him to all the pro days last year. Now that he's gone, he feels a little free.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
There it is.
It's a departure from what we're used to for sure.
He's literally on a milk carton because he's missing.
Yeah, probably. Let me get my picture a little bit better for you guys. There we go. It's like, let me act like I've done this once or twice in my life. Goodness gracious. No, but I think the Ohio State thing is interesting, guys, because I was running through it today in my head a little bit, and the theories that could be thrown out there, right? Like the first always is the smoke screen theory at this time of year. Like, all right, what are you trying to hide, right? The second is that, maybe there's just a part of them that's like, we're not getting Reese, we're not getting Downs, we're not getting Tate, we're not getting Sonny Styles. What the heck is the point of making this trip, right? And then the third is a lot of times, obviously, you already have pro days, top 30 visits scheduled with some of these guys. Maybe they're going to bring in the corner, Davidson Igbinosa. Maybe they're going to bring in Caden McDonald, the defensive tackle. And they're like, hey, let's use our resources somewhere else, right? But this is that time of year, I'm sure you guys have been talking about ad nauseum, where who really knows what somebody's trying to get you to think, right? Or what they're actually up to.
Yeah, for sure. But they did not miss the opportunity to walk across the complex to go to the Pitt Pro Day. The whole crew, like everyone was there for that. And it's like,
they're saving gas money, guys. Gas, you've seen gas prices right now?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
the cynic in me kind of believes a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Where, good old Art cut
Art. Yeah. He was like, hey guys,
travel budget a little bit.
You can walk over there. That's fine. We're not going to spend too much money.
Hard to blame them right now, right?
Yeah. That's a good point.
What do you guys think? I mean, you think that there's probably some legitimate Kyle Lewis interest, I would imagine. How can you not?
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
I was actually I was curious because we were talking about it, so I pulled this up. There's exactly 3 Pitt players on the PFF board. 3.
So Lewis, is Des Reed on there?
Desmond Reed is at
Who's the
217.
I mentioned Reed earlier.
Jeff Percy, he's ranked 323. He's a tackle.
Yeah, they probably didn't even need to make that walk.
That's what I'm saying. Strange goings on over there.
Gosh. I don't hate Des Reed as a late round scat back kind of guy. I really don't. Like, I mean, I know they just signed Travis Homer, who probably takes that out of the question because of his special teams ability too. But I mean, I've watched Des Reed when healthy, man. He has some get up. He has some juice.
He definitely. But don't they know that already? I mean, he's right across the thing. They see him in the same field all the time. I mean, it's just this whole offseason's been bizarre to me. And we were talking about the top 30 visits. As of right now, there isn't one surefire first round player in that list. Des Boston, maybe. You could say what you want about Jacob Rodriguez. He's probably a second round guy. So, and there's still more to go. I think they're only up to 13 pre-draft visits so far. So they still obviously have a lot to go. But it's been a weird offseason.
It brings an interesting conversation to the table. And I mean, I guess we can all kind of go and give our take, but are they preparing to just get out of this first round entirely and put even more assets into next year? Because
just before you got on, we were talking about that.
Right. It's funny how that works out because their plan essentially, was in the right place to accrue all of these picks. You have your aging quarterback, you get a bunch of picks, you're set up for your draft perfectly in your home city, and then the class ends up stinking on ice. Yeah. Like the plan was there. They just kind of got screwed at the end of the day. So do they punt this thing and just say, hey, we like what we did in free agency. Our roster is pretty damn strong. We're going to run it back with Rodgers, basically do the same darn thing we did again, hope to have a chance in an AFC that's, maybe it probably won't be a bit down again, and trade out of this first round and collect enough assets. But once again, there's no guarantee that next year's class is going to be insanely good. Right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, it could happen again. It could fall through the floor again.
Please, God, no. I can't do Aaron Rodgers 3 years in a row.
Oh, God, no.
Please, God, no.
2 years in a row. Not even mind 3.
I mean, can they have a draft in Pittsburgh and trade out of the first round? Is that even physically possible?
That's a good point.
Good point. No,
I'm more worried about them leveraging something from 2027 to move up in the first round than I am them trading out of the first round.
Don't say that.
Like, I don't want it. I'm just saying I could see it being like Art's going to want to put a show on. He's going to let the chains off of Omar. Omar's going to be doing all kind of wheeling and dealing leading up to the draft and in draft day. Like, just you can give anything you want, just not a 2027 pick.
Yeah.
Like, no. That's my worry, though. I'm more worried about that than trading out of the first round.
If you guys had to give a percentage, what percentage of that crowd on night one do you think will be Pittsburghers?
That's a good question. Quite a bit, I would say. 75%?
Ooh. Maybe.
I think it's a good call. I think 75 is a good call. So many people travel, though.
You're going to have Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, maybe even New York.
I guess maybe I should say Steelers fans is a better question, not Pittsburghers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're an NFL fan, though, that lives in Ohio, say, like Dave said, then you're probably going. What did they say they were expecting? 600,000 people?
700.
700?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
God bless you, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
That's 699,000 more than I want to deal with.
Yeah,
in
I'm
one
close
night.
enough. I don't think I'm making the trip. I'm not going to lie.
Look, the 10 days of being at Disney World / not Epic Universe, whatever it's called back down there.
Universe.
Yeah. Being down there for 10 days and dealing with those kind of crowds has prepared me for this.
That's good training for it.
You're going to wear a catheter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have
How's
to.
the bathroom happening?
Wow,
Yeah,
somber bringing it.
Find it great.
that's an interesting thing, Somber.
Yeah, they must have porta potties, right? And they're gonna have to for that many
Yeah,
people. But then, yeah,
I would hope that would be
I am
rough.
all set.
That could get real bad. Jesus.
And talking about going back to the trade back theory, you have to have somebody that's of interest to trade up for, right? Now, this draft isn't exactly loaded with top tier prospects. I guess Ty Simpson could be a guy people might be interested in if he keeps falling that 20 run range. Maybe gets
unless he goes third overall, Dave.
Yeah, well,
The hype is real now.
I'll believe that when I see it, but that's a possibility. If you could get 2027 capital for this pick, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would not even think twice.
What did the Rams do last year? Didn't they do that?
Yeah, they traded with Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah. 2 picks this year.
So I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it. I feel like it's less likely to happen. There's just not enough blue chip guys in this draft to go up for. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem in the whole thing is, I mean, at that point, we've talked about this. Left tackle was such a bad draft for left tackle. You're not moving up for a left tackle that's falling because Freeling's not falling. Wide receivers, there's plenty of wide receivers in this draft. If you look at edge rushers, what edge rusher are you trading up for at 21? They're just not going to be there.
Sure.
I just don't see it being many options. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder, man, I'm over here like racking my brain. The one guy that does intrigue me still is Caleb Downs. And obviously he's, a guy who's not going to fall to 21. But I also don't think he's going to leap into that top 10. I think it's the likes of like Kyle Hamilton and Derwin James, like these insanely good safeties and DBs didn't go in the top 10. There's always, somebody that falls a little bit. If he gets into the teens, that's where I could potentially see Omar Khan and Andy Weidel saying, hey, you know what, maybe let's give up a little bit of capital. Let's go get our guy, I know we'll talk about the DBs in a little bit here, but knowing that situation moving forward. So that's the one guy, if there's a draft night surprise that I'll throw it out there now, we leave the next day saying, hey, can you believe they traded up into 14, 15, whatever to get Caleb Downs?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And you just made Trent stay. Big
Come
Ohio
on.
State
Yeah,
fan.
you
Let's
did.
go,
Trent.
Yeah,
Bring me
you did.
all
Big Ohio State
Buckeyes.
fan, yeah.
All the Buckeyes.
The
Let's just trade all of 2027, 28 picks. Just go get all the Buckeyes this year. We'll be good to go. Will Howard leading the way.
Please
Well,
stop it.
okay.
Please stop him now. He's out of control.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
We've talked on prior podcasts about maybe them trading up a little bit to get Vega Ione, the guard from Penn State. That wouldn't make me mad at all. I would like that
No, that'd be fine.
quite a bit.
I'm
I mean, it
down with
depends. Not drafted, not trading up in the top 10, but if he starts falling 12, 13.
Yeah, I'd be totally down with that. It's a plug and play guard right there.
Yep.
Day one, David Nicasio type, I think.
That completes your line pretty much. And you just got to worry if, which we're going to talk about in a little while, the left tackle situation ends up working itself out. But yeah, that seems like a perfect fit to me. Who else would you guys be interested in trading up for?
Out of that group?
I don't think I do any receivers. This draft is deep.
I wouldn't trade up for a receiver.
Not Tate, Trent?
No, honestly, I mean, I fuck around a lot because I'm a Buckeye fan, but like, I would not trade up for. This is a deep enough draft that you're taking a receiver to be either wide receiver 2 or 3 and interchange it with Pittman. Like, I don't think it's enough of a need to want to trade up for receiver.
Yeah, I mean,
I would trade up. I mean, guard. Yeah, if Vega's there, like, you could trade up for him and feel comfortable, but like if Caleb Downs slips and you want a true like center field type free safety guy, yeah, I could make an argument there, but then the value, is it really worth it for value to go that high and trade up? If I'm drafting high and to take a safety, if I'm already in that range, yeah, but to trade up for a safety, that's not value that's not smart. So I don't know that the Vegas kind of it for me. Like, I don't think I'm trading up for anybody else in this draft class.
What if Sonny Styles falls out of the top 10? You start getting trigger happy. Start making some phone calls.
I think I would.
I think I would too.
He's a different animal.
That guy's.
I don't think he makes it anywhere near 10.
It's not impossible that a linebacker would fall a little bit.
7. I don't know if he makes. I don't think he'd make it past Washington.
Yeah, probably not.
Ted,
but if he did, I'd be tempted.
So, guys, I just want to throw something out there. So, I was talking to a buddy about this the other day. If the Steelers leave this draft with Ty Simpson, it won't be at pick 21, in my opinion. If they are secretly, hiding their love and their affection for Ty Simpson, then it applies to the exact same theory that we talked about going into this year, and now that we're talking about next year, which is moving up in the draft to take your quarterback. If they like him, they're not going to just sit back and say, maybe. Well, okay, we'll debate in our war room when we're on the clock at 21 about Ty Simpson. No, they have the capital now. The draft is in Pittsburgh. If they like him, they're going to use those picks and move up to 13, 14. I look at 15, which I think is one ahead of the Jets at 16 there, because a lot of people are penciling. A lot of people are penciling in the Jets there at 16. They did the same thing with Broderick Jones a couple years ago when they should have taken Christian Gonzalez in hindsight. That 15 right now, circle that. Maybe Steelers, Ty Simpson. That would be what, about 9:45 p.m. Eastern or something for you if you're there.
Yeah.
But that's something just to keep an eye on, because it's the same theory that applies to them taking a quarterback whenever the heck they end up doing it. So if they leave with Ty Simpson, don't mock them in your mock at 21. Mock them moving up to take him if they like him.
I keep seeing everybody in the chat talking about, listen, I'm not saying safety is a bad pick. I'm saying trading up and giving extra capital to go get a safety is bad value. There's nothing wrong with Thielen. And trust me, if we ended up with Caleb Downs on the team, I'm going to be the happiest person in this podcast. I'm not trading up to safety. That's it.
Is there any way one of these teams saves us and drafts him?
Well, he brought it up. 16's the spot. That's absolutely right.
Okay, well, I'm just looking here. Like, could the Browns do something stupid like that?
Yes, always.
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, you can't rule the Browns out of doing anything
Cardinals
stupid.
QB now.
They don't have one. It's same guys last year, and I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so maybe they do something stupid.
Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett, thank you.
That's right. Brissett.
They've already said they're not drafting a quarterback.
What about the Dolphins got Malik? Damn it.
Well, they've been rumored, but at what are they pick?
Yeah, but they just
30
signed
now.
For like what, a 2-3?
I know they're still people are still saying they could take a quarterback.
That would be kind of crazy. If the Steelers trade up, I said this before you got on, Mike. If the Steelers trade assets to get Ty Simpson, I'm gonna gently lay down my earphones and walk away and never come back again.
I'm turning around. I'm getting on the bus, and I'm going back to where my truck's parked at, and I'm going home.
Buy a ticket for me, too. Yeah. Buy on that bus. Do you guys think it would be a Mike McCarthy thing if that happens, or is that a front office thing? Probably.
That's a good question.
But if you had to sign a percentage,
that is yeah.
I think they would need McCarthy to sign off on it for sure.
I think it's a Rooney thing because he wants to put on a show in Pittsburgh.
Good answer.
Oh boy,
that's what this is about.
This is starting to make too much sense.
It's what they were planning. They've been planning for this all along. That's why last year they did how they did with the draft. They just made it to where they'd make sure they would have a ton of picks this year going into this draft, because this was the draft where they were going to go get their guy. Little did they know, all the quarterbacks were going to fucking suck in college, and there weren't going to be that many to really go after this draft. So, yeah.
Well, Art's already fucked up on one quarterback. You might as well let him do it twice.
I mean, I've talked about Ty Simpson a million times on this podcast. He's got average arm strength. He's got average athleticism. He's only got 15 starts, which is a big red flag in college. Generally, those quarterbacks do not do well at the next level with that few starts. I think this would be a colossal mistake.
But Dave, McShay said this kid was born with a football in his hand.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Isn't every quarterback born with a football in their hand or close to it?
I don't know. The guy almost cried over him. I just thought it was an emotional statement by McShay about him.
Orlovsky loves
them.
them.
I'm going to put on a show or start a riot.
It'd be interesting to see the reaction if that happens.
Oh Jesus!
At the draft.
I don't. Man,
oh man!
I don't know if a lot of Steelers fans have the same opinion as we do on Ty Simpson. I think people would be excited.
You know what? There it is. Don't get on the bus. I'm going to jail. Right. All right. There you go.
You and Tiger?
Yeah.
Remember back to Kenny Pickett. Not a lot of people were crazy about Kenny Pickett. And then they drafted him. And then everyone was a Kenny Pickett fan. And it was hard to shake for a while. People talk themselves into Ty Simpson.
Yeah, once you put on the colors, it's different.
Yeah.
I tell everybody that here, man. Like, I'm not going to sit around and because I, do some Steelers work every once in a while, pretend I'm not this diehard fan. Like, I'm never going to do that. I mean, it truly, I'm not going to be that guy who's like, yeah, my Sundays aren't ruined when the Steelers lose. Yeah, they suck. Like, my wife knows not to talk to me for hours. Trust me. She checks the box score before she comes home if she goes out, and she'll know if I'm in a good mood or not. But what I'm getting at, and I'm going on a tangent, is that like the whole quarterback thing. No, I don't want Ty Simpson. I didn't want Aaron Rodgers. But guess what? When Rodgers put on those colors and Sunday came around, I was Aaron Rodgers' #1 fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's something about when you put on the colors, you're a part of Steelers culture, and I would feel the same way about Rodgers this year. As crazy as that is.
We used to have T-shirts, but not anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. But I just there'll be a gut reaction, an initial gut reaction that's like, yikes, and then it's like an hour later, it's let's go Ty Simpson. You got this. Next great quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here's my biggest hang up on Ty Simpson, and I'm going to leave it at this. Ty Simpson has 15 starts in college football.
Yep.
15. So, if you bring this dude into the NFL, the worst case scenario is you play this guy as a rookie, which means you're sitting him for a year behind probably Aaron Rodgers anyway.
Yep.
And then you're going to play him in 2027. Why not wait till 27 and draft an NFL-ready fucking quarterback?
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. Wait till you get the guy and then play that guy instead of hoping this one learns after only having 15 starts. And he sat behind Jalen Milroe, who, let's be honest, he's not very good. He's just not very good.
No. Well, we talked about this through free agency. My biggest fear was they were going to get Malik Willis fall in love and not draft a quarterback in 27, and then Malik Willis not be the guy. And we'd be stuck. Yep. I'm perfectly fine with Aaron this year. I resigned myself to it.
Oh wow, happen. You're okay with Aaron now.
I'm not okay with it, but
I mean, you don't really have a choice.
I have to. Yeah. I don't have a choice, do I?
True. That's true.
Mike, I go on a small tangent here.
No,
when do you anticipate Aaron Rodgers signing? Because that's.
Yeah. So it's a great question. I tweeted out the other day. I don't know if it's him or the Steelers that have this idea that the NFL is sitting back saying, oh, we're not going to schedule the Steelers in prime time because Aaron Rodgers is not playing for them. But we heard that theory thrown out there last year, as to why he waited so long, because these AARP members couldn't play on Sunday night and Thursday night football, right? And so for some reason, they thought this whole prime time, situation impacted his signing. So I guess if I'm going based off of that, which is a ridiculous theory, it's after the schedule release. I don't buy the whole money thing. I don't know why that would have changed from one year to the next year. You're telling me Rodgers, a guy who could do a podcast with Pat McAfee and make $1 million on the spot is worried about $10 million right now and coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Are you kidding me? This guy gets paid. If he could call somebody up right now and say, hey, I want to do this shampoo commercial for Head and Shoulders, and they would say, okay, yeah, sure, here's $10 million. The money is not the hang up. I think it's I honestly think he also thinks maybe he's saving face a bit because he doesn't want to do OTAs. So that might be the other part of this is that they know, both of them know, the organization knows, he's told them. It just wouldn't make sense otherwise for them not to do any homework whatsoever or due diligence on these free agents like the Kylers who are out there, the Willises who are out there. That it's not that they didn't bring them in. It's just that we didn't even hear a peep about honest interest. Like we heard maybe they'd set up a Zoom one day. Like he's coming back. I just don't think he wants to do OTAs, and maybe he's saving face a little bit, and maybe the small percentage chance that they don't schedule week 6 against the Ravens in prime time because it might be Will Howard and Mason Rudolph and not Aaron Rodgers. Like,
well, I mean, they might like Will Howard.
They
might like Will Howard being the primetime guy. Let's take it easy. I mean, A plus draft pick, prime time.
He's not getting primetime games. That would be immediate thumbs down. All right, you want ready to go on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's do it. Bang.
There we go. We were thinking, who will be the starting running back this year, Rico Dowdle or Jaylen Warren?
Mike, you're the guest. Let's start it off.
Yeah,
you got.
No, I'm talking way too much. You guys go. Trent, go ahead.
I think I said this before. I still think it's going to play out this way. I think Rico Dowdle was the guy who takes the lead back role, and Jaylen slips right back into the role he played with Najee Harris when he was here. And it's a great fit. Like, it's a great fit from both perspectives. Rico has a little bit of that Aaron Jones in him as far as the way he has that running style. It's downhill, it's tough, it's aggressive, plays more smash mouth. McCarthy, to help his passing game, needs that run game. Dowdle brings that. He needs that guy who can also catch the ball and be explosive out of the backfield. That's what Jaylen does best. I think it's going to be Dowdle who leads this thing, and I think they're going to pretty evenly split touches by the time it's all said and done, but the technical lead is going to be Rico.
If it was Tomlin, I bet it would be Jaylen Warren because he respects the vets and the guys that have been around a while. But Mike McCarthy coached Dowdle before, right? So
he did.
That's kind of a fresh start. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Trent. I think Rico Dowdle might be the starter, and Jaylen Warren goes back to his old role.
Yeah, because Rico Dowdle actually had more all-purpose yards than Gainwell or Warren this past season. So he was a beast. And he actually put up, I think he had like 350 receiving yards as well. So it ain't like he was, he wasn't that good in the receiving game either. He was a weapon in that too for Carolina. So I absolutely think Dowdle's the starter. And Warren, like you said, Trent, will be the, third down guy out there. That's really – he used to flourish in that role with Najee Harris. So, yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's what's going to happen too.
Yeah, Trent, I mean, you made a really good analogy with the Najee analogy, and I'll just throw it back to last year. I think Jaylen goes into Gainwell's role and Rico goes into Jalen's role.
Mm-hmm.
I think you will see more Jaylen, though, on early downs than we did with Kenny. But towards the end of the year, Kenny was getting first and second down, reps. So I agree, though. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a 55-45 maybe. But Jaylen can catch it too, man. I think last year a lot of people forgot that because they used Kenny so much in those situations. But I think Jaylen will prove to be a guy who also can catch 50 passes. And they might not miss Gainwell as much as I thought they would initially when they lost him.
I think
Good. I'm sorry, Trent. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think it's just a different receiving back style. Like Kenny,
definitely,
you could line him up in the slot and run him like a receiver. I mean, I said it numerous times throughout the season. He was our best route runner of the wide receiver core, which was crazy because he was the running back. But Jaylen, I mean, how many times have we seen Jaylen? We just dump the ball to him, or he runs those little, angle routes out of the backfield or something like that, where he just catches a ball and makes a play and slips through some guys. Like, it's a different style, but it still works. It's effective. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to miss Gainwell in certain areas. Yeah. You're not going to see a running back diving, getting pass interference penalties, catching it one-handed and running in for a touchdown.
Right.
But, he'll do just fine.
Are we just respecting Jaylen Warren a little bit? I mean, he's been good.
He has.
Every time he gets his chance.
He has.
Better than good. He's been excellent every time he gets his chance. And I don't know if the Steelers just don't think he won't hold up for an entire season as a number one guy, or
Can I be
say
honest?
Rico Dowdle,
I was kind of surprised that they went and got Rico Dowdle. I mean, I know the whole McCarthy guy thing, but like in general, I thought, okay, this is finally it. Like Warren's the guy. Like he's going to be a bell cow. And then out of nowhere, you're like, whoa, they went and got Dowdle. Okay, guess not. Like I didn't see this coming, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to legit let him be the guy, but no.
Well, the elephant in the room, I guess, is Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like we
Who?
haven't even said his name, and I literally kind of forgot about him until right now, because I was surprised too, and I thought it just meant, all right, they're willing to give Caleb Johnson a shot to compete, but he is the forgotten man. There's no doubt. I mean,
no doubt.
What's the point of signing Rico Dowdle if you believe in Caleb Johnson?
True.
There
Third
wouldn't
round
be
pick.
any. There wouldn't be any.
So, yeah, I agree.
And now you've signed Travis Homer, who could take even more snaps away from him as the third back special teams guy.
Yeah,
So
that whole thing's going to get interesting.
yeah.
KJ is definitely on the fight for your roster spot.
Yeah.
Type of situation right now.
Which is embarrassing for the Steelers. Like to cut a third round pick a year after, and they're in like the same situation with Roman Wilson-ish. Yep. It's these guys, for them not to be playing, there's something behind the scenes that I don't know, that nobody knows, where they just must not be very good, guys. Like I don't know. I mean, listen, there is the counter argument to that, which is that the Steelers coaching and schemes, the laundry list haven't been very good. So if we don't trust them there, why should we trust them to evaluate the talent? You know what I mean? Like there's always that part of it also. But there's something going on behind the scenes, at least maybe more so with Caleb than Roman, that because I give Roman a pass because of the injury to a degree. But there's something that if they're telling you, they're telling us how they feel about him, and some people are choosing not to believe them. I'll put it that way.
That's a good way to put it.
You talked me into it about the coaching. I believe you. I think you're right. I think the coaching sucks.
There you go. Yeah. That's fair. It's a fair counter argument.
Some there you said tells me, yeah, definitely.
But he makes a good point, though. They are telling us what they think because they went out and signed 2 running backs.
Right. Yeah.
What's a whole new staff? So obviously are not that high on them.
I don't think Travis Homer is a guarantee to make the roster, but they'd like to keep him as a practice squad guy because Rico is a terrible pass protector. Terrible pass protector. So Jalen, he's much, much better as a pass protector. And then KJ, his biggest issue with why he couldn't even try to get on the field last year was he couldn't do it either. He can't block. Yeah. So, that's a huge problem. You got Rico and KJ who neither can block. You had to bring a guy. Number one, we needed to replace, Kenneth Gainwell, not only just in the receiving game, which Jalen's probably going to do, but also in the return game, which Travis Homer is very capable of.
Hmm.
So, taking his pass pro abilities plus the fact that he's a return guy, if KJ doesn't turn out, then you have a third back in the rotation with Homer, but he's not exactly getting paid like he's guaranteed to make the roster. So if KJ proves himself and he improved his blocking, there's still a slim chance he makes the roster, but man, you better learn to catch them goddamn kickoffs.
Well, it's what you just said. Homer does all the things that you want in a third down back.
Yep.
He pass protects, he returns kicks, he can catch balls out of the backfield. A lot of the stuff that KJ couldn't do. I mean, he took that bad penalty as a kick returner. He wasn't great in pass pro. He couldn't get on the field. I think his days are numbered, man. I really do.
I actually really like the kid too. I didn't want to draft him. I was very adamantly against drafting him because I didn't want to take a running back before round 5. I said it a million times. I did not want to take a running back before round 5. But man, when you took him, he was such a hand in glove fit with Arthur Smith's zone offense.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this kid's destined to be the lead running back.
Oh, nope. I remember you and Colin. He's the starter. He's the starter.
I thought for sure, man. Iowa ran the same goddamn blocking scheme. I'm like, this kid's. I mean, he's got to be the starter. And then
I get it, though.
It never materialized.
Yeah,
that's why they drafted him. Really, he fit so well. I mean, it was kind of a weird draft pick at the time. So we didn't think we really needed a running back.
Mm-mm.
Kind of strange, but hasn't worked out yet. We'll see.
Looks bad right now.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Sure.
Here we go.
This one's a toss-up. Who's going to be the starting left tackle? I guess a lot has to do with Broderick Jones' health, and if he's fully recovered from that neck injury. Dylan Cook played fairly well those last few games. Definitely showed himself well. It's got to be Broderick Jones' job if he's healthy, though, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, I think so. Because Broderick actually was solid last season when he was healthy, and solid is it's not like the most glowing report. I'm not like doing a parade down the street for the way Broderick Jones was
compared to what he did
playing
beforehand.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for them actually. You want to go back to coaching and you know, how about moving him to his natural position, right? There's something to be said for him not doing that the past 2 years. Maybe that's why he was bad. And so he moves back to the left side, his natural position, and he plays better. Shocking. Wow, what a revelation.
Really weird.
It's so strange, and which is shitty, right? The whole thing with the timing, because it felt like he was coming into his own a little bit there. It sounds like I read that Dulac reported maybe he's ahead of schedule.
I did hear that, yeah.
I've heard that too.
With the neck, which before that we heard like, oh, who knows if he'll even like play this season. So it's like all up in the air right now. But I would even put an option C there, guys, which is like maybe they do draft somebody. You cannot go into next season needing your franchise quarterback and left tackle. Like you can't do that. Under any circumstance can that happen, right? So you have to know this year. You really do. And I thought Dylan Cook was fantastic, but it's a grain of salt thing for sure. It was 4 games, right? Like how many Steeler games have we watched where guys have looked good for 4 games and not end up being good players, right? Like how many stretches did Devin Bush have of 4 good games, right? Like, and I know completely different pedigree position. Just the first name that came to my mind when I'm rambling over here. And Cook's right. He's a journeyman, unrestricted free agent, practice squad guy for a long time. He doesn't come with like this, oh, he finally lived up to his potential vibe, right? It just kind of was like an out of nowhere thing. If you put a gun to my head right now and said, like, who are you starting week 1? If both are healthy, I'm starting Broderick Jones because I have to see what I have. Even though I don't think they're going to pick up the option, and which likely means that they're going to have to, you know, sign him to a long-term deal after the season if he does play well. But I'll tell you one thing, it'd be a good problem to have.
Yeah, you make a great point about, you know, if you are gonna draft your franchise quarterback in next year's draft, you don't want to have to draft your left tackle in that same draft as well. I mean, I guess theoretically they could sign a free agent, but that's going to cost you a lot of money for a top-tier free agent.
There's none.
Yeah, we kind of peeked at it, right? Yeah,
there's none.
So
you're praying a guy gets cut,
right?
Yeah.
You hope to God that Broderick Jones is the guy. If not, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is going to be this is the battling camp right here. This is the one that's probably going to be the most entertaining, the most like watched, the one that everybody wants to know what's going to happen come week 1, because you've got the first round pick that you traded up for and a college quarterback trying to play tackle. Who would have thought? Like, who would have thought when we drafted Broderick Jones, it's between a college quarterback and Broderick Jones, who's a first-round draft pick, to win the left tackle spot? I wouldn't have predicted it, but, like, I'm hopeful that the new offensive line coaching staff can teach this kid. Vaughn, I put it up earlier. Vaughn had the comment of the day right now. He does not know how to use his hands. That whole, like, underhook shit that he does drives me batshit crazy. Because, dude, you are a very long, athletic left tackle. Your punch should be out in front, making contact before that edge can even get to your chest. And he does this, like, short arm underhook thing where he, like, blocks it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And that part kills me. If they teach him the technique and he actually gets his hands out in front and uses that punch effectively, hopefully he grows into the guy we drafted. But
I'm gonna make a wild assumption here and say they've been telling him that for the last 4 years, and he's either not listening or is incapable. You know, I mean,
Coach Meyer, baby,
yeah,
Coach Meyer.
I know we shit on Coach Meyer a little bit, but I think he knows how to teach a guy how to punch, right? I mean,
destroying
it's offensive line 101.
1 year at a time.
And my other point is, if Cook wins this job, is that a good thing?
No.
It's bad, right? I mean, that
Over
means
your
that
first
Broderick
round
Jones has
draft
just
pick
been
that you
horrible.
traded up for, yeah, that's not a good.
Yeah.
Unless he's really not healthy.
If
True.
Cook wins the job and plays really, really well,
Yeah,
then
chances of
okay.
that are
Dude,
But
PFF
that's not
loved
happening.
him. Do you want to know what they gave him for his passing block grade? They gave him an 80.7. A 67.3 run blocking grade for a 76 overall. Guy played 291 snaps. Broderick had what? Broderick had 632 snaps. They gave him a 57.7 overall grade.
Well, the longer you play, the more you get exposed, right? You start playing 500 snaps.
59 pass block grade and a 50.6 pass run block grade. That's what they gave Broderick. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like they did not like Broderick Jones at all.
There's your boy Dave.
Oh,
he's going back to school.
Your boy's going back to school.
That's
Good
the
for
most
him.
ridiculous saga of all time. What does the NCAA have against a kid wanting to go back to school? Do we have to go to court 5 times to approve
he's
eligibility?
40.
Stop it.
He's about to collect Social Security next year.
Stop it.
He and Aaron, I told you, he and Aaron's about to retire together.
Somber, was that you? Thanks. Now these things are shut up for now.
I'm not taking the bait.
I'm being good.
All right. Moving on. Last one. Bang.
We've got some interesting secondary battles going on. Where Ramsey plays at all is the first question we need to answer before we even know who he's going to battle. Is he going to be the free safety? Is he going to be the slot? Is Brisker going to be the free safety? Are they competing with each other?
That's why it's up there, Dave, on the board.
Brisker, very funny.
Yeah.
You guys
How do we know that
solid
Ramsey's not going to
graphics.
be the slot?
All right.
though?
Let me start here, and then you guys can take off from there. ASJ is not in the conversation to start. He's going to be the dime. He's going to be the dime guy, in the backup on the outside.
All right.
We hope, unless things go terribly wrong.
Yeah.
If it's,
I think. I mean, well, first of all, I think that I put a very small chance that Jalen Ramsey is in on the team once we get to to camp. Yeah, I do. I just am not sure how this staff views him. I'm not. I mean,
I don't blame him.
Especially if they. I mean, listen. Obviously, the move to safety towards the end of the last season did not work out as well as some hoped. I mean, you think of Isaiah Likely, everybody that we would be talking about that play all off season if Tyler Loop hits that field goal. And people forget, Jalen Ramsey, his struggles towards the end of the season because of the way Aaron Rodgers and the offensive line struggled against the Texans in the playoffs. So that would be a huge topic of conversation if Loop hits that field goal. But I don't know. I mean, listen, if like a Tiananmen or a McNeil Warren falls in the first round to them and they go that route, I think Ramsey would definitely be moved if they like one of those guys. He's only got 1 year left on his contract, obviously, as well. But it seems like Patrick Graham, he runs a lot of sub packages. You see a lot of nickel and dime, as Trent alluded to. I think he's going to move around. I think they like Eccles in the slot. I really do. Mm-hmm. I think he played well last year in a lot of situations, and I would rather see Ramsey just as a Swiss Army knife, man, just not stuck to the slot or safety or outside corner. I want him somewhere different as many times as I can get. I think maybe his best asset might be his brain at this point, honestly, opposed to his actual physical skill set. So I want him to mirror the quarterback and help the green dot and do things like that, opposed to, sticking him at safety and just say, hey man, you're my center fielder while Deshaun Elliott's going to play closer to the line with Brisker. I want him, playing more corner, if anything else, than safety. I'll put it that way.
Not outside, though. You're saying in the slot.
In the slot.
Yeah. His days of being outside
yeah.
Done. I mean, if gun to your head, who would you rather have as the free safety, Ramsey or Brisker? I mean, I guess Brisker, right?
I think Brisker.
But that's not his natural. That's not his best position. Let's put it that way. He's better close to the line of scrimmage too. So it's a weird configuration we have right now.
I think here's the thing. If you told Jalen Ramsey you are the free safety, and that's where you're staying all season, and you let him work this entire offseason, which, I mean, we're getting later and later into that offseason, but like, okay, like I think you pencil him in at free safety. You work around Elliott and Brisker and figure out how the three of them work together as safeties on this team. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to do the same shit they started last year with. Like, hey, we're going to have you in safety in these packages. We're going to have you in the nickel in these packages. And it's just going to create a kind of a clusterfuck at defensive back, honestly. I mean, we're in the base nickel. He's probably the nickel, not Eccles. Especially, apparently, if he's playing the Texans.
He's a better run defender than Eccles for sure.
Yeah.
Could
I
probably
just
do
want to jump in. I just want to jump in real quick, fellas, because my Uber Eats arrived and we just put the baby to sleep. I'm a newborn dad, for what it's worth, so I'm at the volume level now. I think the wife just. But no, seriously, I do appreciate you guys having me. And honestly, I'm willing to do it anytime. So
all right, appreciate you had you on, bud.
Appreciate it, Mike.
No, seriously, guys. Yeah, enjoy the draft, and thanks, Trey. And I'll 100% be joining you guys again.
All right,
Thanks,
you,
fellas. Yep, enjoyed it.
All right, he's sideways frozen now.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Yeah,
back.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, we did it at the same time.
There. Okay.
I mean, do you guys, either of you guys, see that playing out any differently than what I just kind of laid out? Do you guys think he's going to be a full-time at either of the positions?
The only thing that makes me wonder is it's a new coaching. If it was the same coaching staff, I'd say yeah, he's doing the exact same shit as last year.
Right.
Maybe,
Exactly.
hopefully, Patrick Graham has a better plan. Hopefully,
God willing.
See, I think Mike was right. If they draft a safety, they're probably looking to deal or maybe even cut Ramsey. But if they don't, he's staying here.
What if we're looking at this? It could be somebody else's. Is it a casualty? I'm trying to say, like Eccles could be cut, or maybe they just signed out of the ASJ.
ASJ, it didn't make that much money though. They could cut him and not really.
Was it $4 million he made?
Vaughn, we'll get the punters in a minute.
He's trying to get the punters, and there's a punter agenda apparently today in the chat.
What was ASJ's contract? Was it 2 years?
I could have sworn it was 1 year, $4 million.
That could be. Is that all guaranteed?
I had Jalen pulled up for a second because
I can't quit coughing. Jesus.
Give me 1 second. I can pull it up.
I seem to remember it was like 1 year, 3.
Asante Samuel, 1 year. And it is for a cap. His cap hits $4 million. Contract value $4 million. Fully guaranteed is 2.785.
So if they cut him, they lose 2.75.
All right, that don't make it worth it then.
He's not getting cut at all.
You don't think so?
Ramsey got. I don't think so. I mean, he's good depth. Why would you cut him at that pay?
I don't disagree, especially if you're going to take a 2-point-something hit. Why would you do it?
Yeah, I don't think he's the guy you cut. Jalen Ramsey. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I have to go back and look to be sure because this is kind of off the top of my head. And I'm looking at the contract. His guaranteed salary was 5.5. That was paid out. What was that? 3 weeks ago.
Two weeks ago, yeah.
But he has a prorated option bonus of 3.796. That was not paid out, right? It was just the 5.5.
I think what prorated is that's from his sign-in bonus, so it's already been paid. That's what that means.
Well, he has a roster bonus of $2 million, which we haven't gotten there yet. I know that. So then you're basically saying we've paid him roughly 9.2.
Yes.
Already, which makes it more difficult to think you're going to cut him.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Rudy's not paying that to a guy who's not going to play.
Yeah.
I would be very, very surprised if that ended up being the case. I'm looking at it now too.
It makes it interesting, right? Like to see how he isn't on the roster.
Actually, and I don't even know if that prorated signing bonus was on Miami when they.
I can't remember either. That's why I'm just on over the cap, and I'm like kind
Yeah.
of glancing. I don't know.
It still saves them. Well, again, they don't really need the cap space. So if you look at it, he's a $31 million cap hit. Dead cap's only 7, so they'd save $24 million.
Why is the chat coming after me today? I just want to know. Why are you guys coming after me?
Did you hear the scout I had on talk about Arthur Smith in Ohio State? He said if he lines up in 12 or 13 personnel, Ryan Day's going to kill him and take over the coaching duty with all the talent they have.
Yeah, he's getting fired on the spot.
But that's all he does.
But why did they hire him? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. That's what Arthur Smith does.
Ohio State, that was a strange
That was a
hire.
very questionable decision.
Let's be honest. The Arthur Smith's going to have zero design.
It has, I was gonna say,
and put into this.
Are him and Ryan Day just friends? This is just friends football now.
I have no idea.
Pedigree. They said they basically hired him because of NFL pedigree, and the team and the players expect NFL experience. That's why they came here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. DC's an ex-NFL guy from the Patriots there, so
yeah. I'll say this: like if Arthur Smith fucks around and these kids don't like him, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan doesn't just take play calling duties back over.
Could very well happen.
Yeah,
could very well happen.
We'll see. Anyway, we're off topic.
Sorry, I think we have beat this to death. I think that's it, really.
Yeah, that's it for that.
All right. Anything else before we get out of here? Any more Sleepy Omar thoughts? So we're good with that.
No, we're good.
Dave doesn't want to get into it. The Pirates on or something?
No.
Oh, good God!
I've got plenty on my plate tonight to get taken care of. So,
Corb's dying.
All right.
I'm the producer of the show now, so I spent hours doing this. So I got other shit I got to handle outside of this. But hey, go ahead.
There's nothing else outside of this.
All I gotta say is thank God I get off from work at 2:00. I don't know what you guys would do without me. That's all I gotta
say. There would be a slideless episode. What do you think? In a generic
and no stream setup. Let's not forget that.
I mean, minor details. It only runs the entire show, Corb.
All we need is this.
The entire show.
All we need is this here. That's all we need.
Running the whole show now. Thanks, Bob.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He made a couple slides. Now it's gone to his head completely. Now he's the executive producer.
I'm the guy now.
Hey, wait. To be fair, I did throw you one of those slides.
He's a bum.
On that note, guys in the chat, thanks as always. We really appreciate you guys. Hey, Dave, you got someone noticed your hat.
What? Oh, Dave.
You got a hat? Oh, Tyrone.
He's been waiting for a compliment on that fucking hat.
Thank you.
4 episodes. Thank you.
Made my day. Made my day. Thank you.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're new to the show, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us. We will be back Sunday for the draft show. Until next time, thanks for listening to Steel Sanctuary Podcast.
Just like that, I left everything. I dropped out of high school. See ya. I said goodbye to my girlfriend. See ya. And I left my family.